clicks that off. 31 to go from his third win of the season. When I talked to Jonathan Hasser this morning, he mentioned, hey, our short track program has had to evolve this year, but Ryan has adapted so well to the softer tire here at these short tracks. I'll say they have been so good on the long run. Can he finish it off, Kim?
Well, Marty, William Byron looking for his first top 10 here at New Hampshire, currently running in the third position. I asked Rudy Buell what they needed to improve on from the first run. He said car speed, handling, execution, pit road, literally everything. He said we need to be the team we were for the 26 weeks of the regular season. The first round was not the best round, but they were confident. They had answered today, Marty, with a solid day.
Kim, what an impressive day for Alan Gustafson and Chase Elliott to start 27th at the track they were most concerned about in this round, and to be running fourth right now, trying to hold Joey Logano behind them. Very impressive day. And remember, they were just 5 above the cut line when they came into the race today. Going to gain a little bit on that. But here comes Logano trying to get that spot, Lee.
Just time and time again working on Chase Elliott, and Elliott is relentless. Well, he's doing exactly what Jeff pointed out the 21 was trying to do, right? The 9's just committing to the top lane. All right, the 22 is going to overdrive the entry, slide up, and the 9 I just don't think has the speed to cross him over. He doesn't, so mission accomplished for the 22. Hand out the window. He understands Chase conceded. Let him go by. For the 9, I think it's very important to just really maintain this tire life. Remember, 10-lap older tires. He should be okay, but I could see a scenario where he falls back to 8th or 9th. You also have to remember what the mission was going into today after qualifying. They qualified poorly. How do you get points? How do you get stage points? What is a successful day? It isn't always a win. This is a point battle. In these 3 races, if you don't win, it's all about points. You just have to maximize your day, maximize your capabilities. You have to wonder if they leave here with a top 5, top 6 finish, they feel like that was successful.
What was setting up to be a Blaney versus Logano battle, Blaney having to work so hard from that restart, Logano having to work so hard from that restart to get by the likes of Chase Elliott. There's now a 3.5 second gap between the race leader Blaney and his teammate Logano in 4th. So keep that in mind with 25 laps to go.
Yeah, 2 drivers at the bottom of the playoff leaderboard is 23:11. Here they are side by side. We just saw Reddick have his issue on pit road. He's still in the lead lap running 21st. Bubba Wallace currently in the free pass position, 25th on the racetrack. First car 1 lap nice. And so Barry is forcing Blaney to run a different line. Blaney's watching his mirror, seeing Barry's faster. Now Blaney has changed what he's doing, which makes his car probably slower in an effort to slow down the 21.
On the bottom of your screen, Bell continually use those 4 tires versus the 2 in front to try to get Larson for 6th. 21 car of Josh Berry got spun out earlier, Dylan, but he's all the way back to 2nd.
Yeah, and I asked Miles Stanley, the crew chief, what can you guys do as a team to change your bad luck narrative? And he said, we're not really preparing any differently. We just need stuff to go our way, and I think that's represented by their day today. Their spin wasn't in stage 1 this week, it was in stage 2, but they've done exactly what they needed to do. Just get through each stage by stage, by design, like they wanted to at the start of this race, and put the full race together. Now, having a car as good as they've had certainly has probably made that a little bit easier, but they have not given up all day, and they may be rewarded here in the best way if Barry can find a way around the 12.
Well, Jeff, let's just remember that first round, right? Definitely too low, hit the ground. I put that on the team at Darlington, wrecked in the 2nd corner. But then the next week, he gets turned by the 9, no ill will, just a mistake by Chase Elliott, wrecks the 21 at St. Louis. Then we go to Bristol, and the 21 car catches on fire because of the tire rubber. I'm not comfortable pointing to the team with that. I think that's a little bit of just bad luck. The same thing happened to Austin Cindric, but he advanced. So there could have been a worse first round, but you would forget that quickly with a victory. The disadvantage for Josh Berry in this situation is that they have an affiliation, a very tight affiliation with Penske. And they all work together closely. We saw the Gibbs cars. We saw Ty Gibbs, Denny Hamlin. They were having at it. Denny was like, hey, I'm a playoff guy. You're not. You should give me ground. Has this conversation happened right between these guys? How does Josh Berry handle this, Marty, battling Blaney?
Yeah, this could be a season-changing win for Ryan Blaney with 18 laps to go. So would team order, Steve, ever come into play right here? Because as Jeff mentioned, they come out of the same shot. Barry not in the playoffs. Blaney still fighting for a title.
Well, I think it's very fair to expect the 21 not to hit or move the 12 out of the way. But if the orders are for the 21 not to try to win this race, then I would be extremely upset with an organization that ordered that. And matter of fact, I feel like Roger Penske would never say that. I feel like he would say, you can't wreck each other, and you can't ship the 12 out of line to do it, but you can race each other for the win. You can race. Roger Penske is a competitor. You don't win Indy 500s. You don't build the business he has without being a little bit of aggressive and a bit cutthroat. And Ryan Blaney, I think, looking in his mirror now, expects Josh Berry to race him for all he's worth. He doesn't expect, for him to cut him a slack. No, he doesn't probably expect he'd run into from behind.
Well, you can see right there, Josh Berry is trying. He was in the gas, trying a different lane on corner exit. I agree with everything you just said, Steve. I don't believe that there's team orders. You can't win this race. I do believe Josh Berry has to race him with respect, as he would because he's his teammate anyway, not just because of the point situation.
Bottom box, Chase Briscoe racing. Austin Dillon and Denny Hamlin, his teammate right there. Meanwhile, that top box, earlier this year in Las Vegas, Josh Berry got his first career Cup Series victory. He is not going any further in the playoffs, but if he can get a second here today after 3 very frustrating weekends, what a story that'd be.
Both of these cars have swung a little loose. Every now and then you can see them. You see the back of the car shaking around, especially in the middle of the corner. I just saw Blaney in the middle of 1 and 2. The back of the car was really around on the car loose, and a couple laps before that I saw Berry with the same situation. Now, that's probably why they're so fast, right?
That's what I was saying.
Getting that car to turn and rotate with grip is a massive advantage at this racetrack.
The only fear with being loose is being tight, you kind of lose time slowly. No big moments, but with loose, you could make one big slip and the car will go by you. Here it is. I think Barry's as close as he's been.
And these two are pushing each other forward because that gap to William Byron and the gap to Joey